I'm Rit Aggarwala. I'm a special advisor to the chair of the C40 Cities Climate Leadership Group. One of the key milestones of the C40 Summit this year was the release of two significant, groundbreaking reports issued by the C40. These represent the new focus that the C40 has on data and accountability. That was one of the key agenda items that Mayor Bloomberg outlined as one of his priorities for the C40 when he took over as chair in 2010. The first report, which C40 worked on with the Carbon Disclosure Project, involves the voluntary disclosure of carbon data, climate planning status, and organizations in each of our cities, done through a standardized reporting process that 500 businesses around the world also use to report their climate-related activities. What it showed was, number one, that cities are gathering and releasing these pieces of information. 72% of C40 cities voluntarily disclosed information to this. It also demonstrated how important the C40 cities are in terms of the fight against climate change. The second report, which C40 did in conjunction with Arup and is called Climate Actions in Megacities, details the kinds of things that cities have done around the world. For years, C40 mayors have been pointing out that cities are taking action, that cities have the power to lead the way on climate change solutions, both in mitigation and adaptation. But until now, we've never had the numbers to demonstrate that it's true. What this report did is catalog all of the actions that the 40 large cities in the C40 network have done. And what we've outlined is the fact that there are 4,734 discrete actions that these 40 cities have already taken. There are 1,500 actions that they are currently working on. And that because the 40 large cities themselves represent more than 300 million people, this is a large chunk of the world's economy, a large chunk of the world's emissions, and because these are the leading centers of business and innovation and media, these are the places that will radiate ideas around the world. It just goes to show, and we've finally proven, what the former chair, Mayor David Miller of Toronto, has long said, which is that nations talk, but cities act. This is the fourth C40 summit, and I think a lot of people have taken away the idea that this was the best of all, which is great. It's got to get ever better, and hopefully next time will be better still. What was different, I think, about this summit was, number one, the fact that there was a lot of information to come out. It wasn't just best practices, it wasn't just individual presentations, but there was a lot of data in the two reports that C40 released. There was also clear movement forward as an organization, signing an agreement with the World Bank that'll provide C40's developing country cities with many greater resources and actually have benefits for the developed cities in the network as well. And the partnership with ICLEI, where together we're going to clear the way towards a common single universal standard for how you report carbon emissions in large cities, will ensure that going forward we have apples to apples data that everyone can use.